Hey Falcon Squadron, we are in St. Augustine, Florida today. We're going to be doing a bunch of cool stuff today, but our first stop is the Castillo de San Marcos. It's pretty amazing because it was actually used to defend Florida in the Atlantic trade route. It's the oldest masonry fort in the nation, which is amazing. So let's go check out 450 years of history.
Thank you.
Okay, babe, how cool is this? We're going across a moat bridge.
This is pretty cool. I feel like I'm in Game of Thrones.
All in here was water. Do you think they had like gators in there to eat people?
I don't know if they had gators in there to eat people, but it was a really good way to prevent invasion. Although it was invaded like 4 different times, right?
It was. So the front of the fort here was like the most vulnerable, and you can see a drawbridge behind me and a drawbridge over here on the left. And this drawbridge actually took 2 soldiers 15 minutes to close. How crazy is that?
Poor soldiers.
So they left it open most of the time because it was too hard to close unless they needed to like defend the fort from danger, and then they'd close it up or at night when they go night-night. Welcome to the inside of the fort. It's really cool. So I knew it was small, but it's also pretty neat to think like all the history that's happened here.
Yeah, I mean 450 years of history. It just kind of blows my mind to think of like actual people here defending Florida. It's kind of cool.
Let's go find the cannons.
This place must have some serious historical whiplash because it has been passed on from country to country so many times. So we are finding out. This fort was originally established by the Spanish, then it was taken by the British, then it was taken back by the Spanish once they had helped the United States in the Revolution. The United States basically gave the fort back to the Spanish, and then the Americans took it from them.
The construction of this place is insane. It took 73 years, 73 to build because of food shortages and disease. But it's constructed with over 150 million pounds of coquina, which is like a rock structure from nearby islands made out of seashells. There's so much in here, from giant doors that were made by the United States that have like a door within a door to fortify the place. The original Spanish seal that was outside. It's really cool. I don't know what this bud is up here, but I'm gonna go with he was an evil hawk that was used to attack the British who were trying to invade. What do you think?
I like it.
So we got a little bit more detail while we were going through some of the rooms about the Castillo, and it's really cool. So as we said, the Spanish had it and control was taken over by the British, but what happened was the British couldn't actually win like in combat, but I guess the Spains wanted Cuba, so they traded Florida for Havana, Cuba, which was kind of neat. And then eventually when the Spanish did take St. Augustine and Florida back over, the reason they gave it up at the time was there was a war going on in Europe, and since Britain was heavily populated in Florida, there was a lot of riots and the Spanish just couldn't like keep it under control, so they ended up selling Florida back to the United States. Baby, baby,
What?
we found the cannons.
I found the cannons.
We need more cannons, sir. They're over there. All right, I'm ready to file them. Guys, I think they're here. In all reality, though, that's actually pretty cool. So what was happening is the British were coming to invade Florida, and the Spanish were holding off for 28 days their invasion while they brought supplies over from Cuba. And once the supplies got here, they were like good to go, and the British were like, we can't do it, we're gonna run away. So when the British took over, they made some improvements. Apparently those were dominoes, poker, and checkers, just kidding. They upgraded like their area and then added, as you can see, stairs in the back, a full 2nd floor to a lot of the rooms to accommodate their soldiers, and probably, I would assume, lifestyle change.
Absolutely. I mean, they brought a lot of changes, including actually the town's main language was Spanish, but when the English took over, the main language became English.
What have we got here?
Well, these are tools that the field surgeon would have used.
Okay.
And these are things that the women would have grown in their garden and used for medication. No CVS or Walgreens.
All right, babe, what I have learned is thank God for modern medicine.
Oh my God.
They used to chop your arm off with a 90% mortality rate.
Bye.
No
you
thanks.
did.
pull out little bullets and stuff that exploded in you.
What was really interesting though was like how medicine evolved because of how weaponry and artillery changed.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah,
neat.
so they would always modify their tools depending on what they needed to extract, which is really neat. A lot of the modern medicine that they started to accumulate was actually brought from the French,
Yes.
who taught them to like not cauterize a wound, but to sew it.
Yep, so you can get stitches.
Yeah.
And it took like 200 years apparently for that technology to make it over here.
Yeah, and what's kind of neat, when they would run out of like twine or cotton or whatever to
to be able to
sew stitches with, they would use hair from a horse from their mane or tail. How like ingenious, like use what you got.
Right? So cool.
Estella found the coolest room of all. This was the Treasury room.
The King's Coffer, 18th century Spanish military pay chests, important documents, and valuables were kept securely in this room. That's pretty cool.
Did it look like this sign down here? Did they have a desk and that's where he signed everything?
Probably, yeah. So this solid slab of granite was placed here in the 1840s as a counter. So people could walk in and be like, bing, excuse me.
We found the cannonballs.
Guess how much one of those cannonballs weighed?
How much?
Up to 40 pounds.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
And they probably had to load so many of those in.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we found the powder room. This is where they used to keep it all. This is really cool. Come in.
Whoa.
Right? And then I don't know what was down here. Are we allowed to go in here? Oh, whoa. Okay, this is cool.
Okay,
I don't know if you want to come in. Pass me the camera.
Okay, here you go.
This was a tiny room in here that you could come in, and I guess this is where they probably stored
Wow.
all the powder.
Yep.
And then you would bring it through out there.
This is insanely cool.
All right, babe. I think it's time to go up top and see where they protected the fort with the cannons and see the cool view up there too.
That's so cool. We're going to see like have the same view as those that were protecting the fort. How cool is that?
Oh, babe, look at the view.
Wow, look at this. This is beautiful.
Here are cannons where you would attack the ships when Britain was coming in and trying to steal our stuff, okay? They were coming and we're like, load the cannon. And then you run away.
Run away and then
run away. That way it doesn't explode like the one downstairs and we die. All right, look at this thing. This is, I guess, a little lookout post they had over here. And they have little windows so you can peek through and see outside. And then you can check over to the right, see if anybody's coming. Whip around to the left, see if they're coming from the water. But what's cool is you're like totally encased and semi-safe in here.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
yeah, and you can actually see the what was
coquina.
coquina rock. Look at all the shells coming out of it. That's really cool. This is also really narrow. Like you could really, like if there was a lot of gunfire and stuff,
Yeah.
you would just like duck in here and just get in there to get a good look at the situation.
We had a great time at the fort, and now we're here on St. George Street, which is the main street here in St. Augustine. It's in the historical district and has tons of shops and museums and a cool kind of watermill right behind us.
Yeah, it's super cute. Look at that way. It just goes on, and it's all this like older looking buildings. So cute. So I actually saw this online. Apparently the oldest schoolhouse is here in St. Augustine, and we found it. The oldest wooden schoolhouse. How cool is that?
Sure.
It's been around for so long.
This is some fun artwork out here. Look at the crab.
I know. Seems happy.
And we found a little side street. There's just a bunch of art. It's very just like handmade, eccentric, like cool things here.
Yeah, there was actually a little sign back there saying this is like the artisanal street. So we're walking down this little alley off of St. George Street, and we found this cool little place called Grover's Gallery. They have apparently been here for about 50 years. We actually have the owners right here in the shop. And we actually got brought in because Jacqueline saw birds, and you know how Jacqueline is. But here, I absolutely love how they've used like the rope as the frame. How cool is that?
It's very pretty. I love it a lot. I especially like the one up top with all three of them.
Yeah, I love that. This is perfect decor for like a coastal home, right?
Yep. We have a balloon hat maker over here. I haven't seen somebody make balloon hats in so long.
I was just going to
Or
say the same
balloon
thing.
animals. Look, he made it. I think it's a dog.
Where? Oh, the,
The one
right
you
there?
made,
Yep,
yeah.
that's definitely a dog.
Look at those.
That's pretty impressive.
Every time as a kid that I would see people make balloon animals, I always wanted to be able to do it. So I would try, and I would always pop the balloons.
I would end up with like a hot dog, like a sausage link. That's all I could do.
I tried to twist it like that and start to make a dog, and then it never happened.
Baby, we're being watched.
By what?
Pirates! Look!
Oh no!
They're looking right at us right now.
Darn, there be the booty middies. I hear some live music being played, but this street's really cute. It's so old, and all the shops are just one of a kind and eccentric, except for Auntie Anne's that we just passed. That's not one of a kind. But I don't know. I really love the vibe of it.
It's really adorable. It's quaint, you know?
Yep.
And not like full of like big chains and stuff like that. So it's different.
I can't go anywhere without finding Star Wars, guys. Look, this is a cool denim jacket. I would get it, but who's Mick?
You're
not
Mick now. You're Mick. Is there somebody named Mick here? Please drop in the comments. My name is Mick. You're Mick.
I found your jacket. We found this area called St. George Row. There's a whole like alley in here of shops, so we're gonna walk in and check it out.
This is so cool.
I love that it's like indoor and you have the the brick like flooring in here. We have some candy.
This is so awesome. I just love the feel of this.
Steampunk trunk. Can we come in here?
What?
You know how much I like steampunk.
I know, right?
Look at all these masks. I think this one right here is really cool.
Oh, that one's very cool. I love it.
the paint and all the flowers on it. I have some neat tops back here too.
So this is Aunt Matilda's steampunk trunk in St. Augustine.
Look at this. This is a balloon.
I love it.
Steampunk stuff is so fascinating. Oh, I found some socks. These are very Tron-like. Oh, more Star Wars, babe. I found Grogu.
Honey, I finally found those glasses I was looking for.
Those are actually pretty neat. You can get the glasses if you wear them with this top. How cool is this though? And this is all like embroidered on here. There's one thing that just caught my eye when I was coming for this though. Come look over here. I think I need this for my office.
What
How
is
cool would
that?
that look on my wall? It's a
T-Rex
T-Rex
skull.
How neat would that look in my office on the wall? Look at these grandfather
Look at that.
clocks.
Oh my God.
I've always thought it would be so neat to own a grandfather clock.
Wow.
They're
I've
really
always
neat.
wanted a tiny clock.
Well, here's your tiny clocks,
Look,
babe.
tiny clocks. Look, baby, they're tiny clocks.
They are very tiny clocks. Oh, look at this one down here.
Oh,
That's
that
neat.
one's so cool.
They have the beautiful cuckoo clocks over here. They're similar to the ones that they have in the Germany Pavilion over in Epcot. We love these so much. They're so beautiful. So this is Treasury Street. It's one of the smallest, if not the smallest streets in the nation. It's only 7 feet wide, so it's not much taller than I am. I'm 5'6". And the reason legend says it is so narrow is this is where the Spanish would keep their treasure, their money. And they made it just wide enough where you could carry a treasure chest full of gold, but they can't fit a horse and buggy through here, so their money couldn't be stolen.
So smart.
Smart. We were just inside the Cathedral Basilica of St. Augustine, and it's so beautiful in there.
It's so pretty.
So gorgeous. So long story short about the cathedral, I was kind of reading up on it, is it was destroyed several times and rebuilt and destroyed and built again somewhere else. But this location's been here, I think, since the mid-1700s. Don't quote me on that.
It's a long time.
But it's so beautiful, like the organ with the gold like statues all around it.
Yeah, the stained glass, the like carvings in there.
On the ceilings, like it's not tapestry, but paintings that are
Yeah,
up there. It's really beautiful.
All
And
the wooden
beaming
beams, yes.
with the painted, like all that was hand done.
Oh yeah, like somebody had to get on like a 80-foot ladder just to like do that, you know?
Yeah, it's
That
so
is
beautiful.
insane. So it's actually the oldest church in
St.
St.
Augustine, and the oldest parish in the country, which is really cool.
Cool is that?
So if you're looking for a neat cathedral, I feel like there aren't very many in the United States. Like it's big in Europe, of course, but this is really beautiful and a gorgeous, just Catholic church.
I'm so glad you liked it.
What a fun day in St. Augustine.
It really was. I feel like we learned a lot.
We learned a ton. We got to see some really cool stuff on George Street. And look at that view of the water behind us.
I know. It smells like ocean.
It does. When we got here this morning, it was like salt water. I miss that smell. It was really fun. I hope you all had a great time hanging out with us.
Absolutely. Make sure that you check out one of our other vlogs that we're going to plug in right here. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.